Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a brand new video. And this video I'm going to take a look at my Premier League predictions and see how many points I've got out of 30 as usual um I, because if you remember on match day both 1 and 2 I got 8 points. Then I started to go down and got 3 points. So hopefully this match day 4, as I review my Premier League predictions, hopefully I get more than 8 points so that I can go up and up and up each match day. So yeah, hopefully this match day 4 I will get more than 8 points. So yeah, you guys can also count and see how many points I got altogether, as I will do it as well. But before I get into that, um if you are new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my YouTube content, and share this to everybody that you know so that they can take a look at my predictions and see if I know that team will either lose or get a draw, as I sometimes get it right or wrong, but it doesn't matter. I'm really starting to enjoy this series, so make sure you tell all your friends to come and watch so that they can enjoy themselves either. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Premier League predictions matchday 4 review. So the first game on matchday 4 is Tottenham against Crystal Palace. Now, in this game, I predicted a 1-0 Tottenham win, but I got 0 points, and I'm happy to say this. I'm happy that I got 0 points because Patrick Vieira, of course, the Arsenal legend, proved me wrong. Crystal Palace went out there and got and won 3-0 against Tottenham. Now, I definitely watched that game because it's a big game, it's a London derby. So I say to myself, I think Tottenham might win because of the likes of Son and Harry Kane and Bergwijn. But since they were out, no, since Harry Kane still played and Human Son and Bergwijn was injured, I was like, oh my days. Oh no, could it be that Crystal Palace beat Tottenham and get their first win? And I was right when I watched it because, well, I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, Crystal Palace deserved to win. Deserved to win. They have more possession than Tottenham, more shots than Tottenham, more on target than Tottenham, and more key passes than Tottenham. Everything. The bigger the numbers, the better the performance, and that stat doesn't lie. Tanganga sending off was a was the right decision because the first yellow card he pushes into Zaha. He fouled him after there was a fight. And even Zaha got the yellow card, but it's mostly him that started it by pushing him to the ground. The second yellow card, definitely a bad challenge on either Conor Gallagher or Zaha again. I'm really not sure. But yeah, that's a yellow card. And once that happens, you know what happens in football? Red card. So Tanganga gets it deserves to be sent off. And I think he might not be playing against Chelsea, who we face this Sunday, which of course is a big game, a London derby, a rivalry between Chelsea and Spurs. But in this game against Crystal Palace, they deserve to win. They were all over Tottenham. Zaha, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They just tore the Crystal Palace defense, and he also scored a penalty, which I thought that was a penalty because Nuno did the wrong thing by bringing on Ben Davies, who were absolutely poor, and he was the person who gave away the penalty. Now I'm not sure. I looked at it, and it was definitely a handball. So yes, that was the right decision. And Usain Edward, I cannot pronounce his name, but what a signing he's been for Crystal Palace. He on his debut, he scored 2 goals in 8 minutes. The first goal, I think Zaha got the assist to him. The second goal was his touch, was his first touch of the game. Well, maybe the first goal and the second goal maybe was his first touch of the game. I mean, that was unbelievable. 2 goals already. I mean, I think he might be a game changer if Patrick Vieira uses a 4-4-2, 4 at the back, 4 in midfield, and probably 2 up top. The likes of Ruhizar on the left and Osan Idweld on the right. Maybe if he'd done that, I think Crystal Palace might be above the mid-table this season because that's what they want to be. So I think Patrick Vieira can do that. So yeah, a big win for Crystal Palace. They kept a clean sheet. I should have went for a Crystal Palace win, but I knew that Tottenham would definitely beat them, even though it's a difficult place to go. But Tottenham blew it after being in first place. They're now down to sixth or seventh in the league because of the Liverpool win, Chelsea win, City win, Everton win, Brighton win. So yeah, they've absolutely boiled it like they always do. If you are top of the league, just hold, just if you're 1-0 up, just still defend, do everything. But they didn't manage to do that down to 10 men. They couldn't manage to do it like Chelsea did against Liverpool. So that's why Tottenham are bottle jobs and they call bottlers. So yeah, well done to Patrick Vieira and to Crystal Palace. And I was happy that they beat Tottenham because I don't want to see our rivalry going top of the table like they did last season. But thank God that Crystal Palace win. So big up to Crystal Palace, Zaha, Edward, and also Patrick Vieira. So the next game, of course, is Wolves against Watford. Now, I did say that Wolves would get their first win of the season because they were unlucky not to beat Leicester, they were unlucky not to beat Tottenham, and they were so unlucky not to beat Manchester United. And I said, this is the chance. Well, I believe that Wolves would definitely beat Watford at their ground since they're unbeaten in 15 games. So in this game, I predicted a Wolves win of 2-0. And guess what? I got 3 points because I got the prediction absolutely spot on. To Wolves win of 2-0 of Watford. Even though Watford in the first half had a few decent chances, Wolves just defended and their new goalkeeper's doing absolutely well, making big saves. In the second half, the players made the difference. So yeah, the new manager has a new way of beating new teams. Three at the back, four in midfield, and two up top. So it's going to be a tactical battle to see when Chelsea face Wolves, who will become stronger and better. But yeah, that's far by now. But well done to Wolves, 2-0. So I've got 3 points for that game. Whereas for Watford, they'll be disappointed in the first half, especially not to be able to score goals. But it was the Wolves defense and the goalkeeper that don't want to make Wolves lose again. So yeah, the first one of the season got 3 points and got a clean sheet. So yeah, well done to Wolves. The next game, of course, is Brighton or Brentford against Brighton. Now, this game, I went for a Brentford win of 2-0 because of the way Brentford played well at their ground. The fans are there singing, that they're back in the Premier League after 75 years. And I think Brighton, since they've lost to Everton, I think they'll lose to Brentford. But my God, Brentford, had I think they were so unlucky not to at least get a point, because that is the first loss of the season. That is against Brighton. And if you look at Brighton, they are on 9 points, the same points as City and Tottenham. Yeah, you know, they're on 9 points. That team, Graham Potter, has just completely turned it around from relegation battle to now in the European places. I never see this coming. I would never see this coming. So yeah, unfortunately for Brentford, that's their first loss of the season, and they've conceded in the last minute, courtesy of Leon Trossard, which was a brilliant goal from him. So yeah, well done to Brighton. I thought that they would still lose a game, but yeah, they managed to at least get 3 points. So yeah, unfortunately, I've got 0 points, but yeah, hopefully Brentford in the next game will do better and win the next game because I don't want to see them get relegated this time. I never want to see that, and I don't think it will happen. So yeah, but unfortunately for Brentford, their first loss and their unbeaten comes to an end. So unlucky for Brentford, but well done to Brighton. If they continue like this, Graham Potter will be the greatest manager in Brighton's history, from relegation battle to now above the mid-table 10, and potential European places, which I don't see that happening. I cannot see that happening. But yeah, well done to Brighton. They beat Brentford by 1-0. Now, the next game is, of course, Arsenal versus Norwich City. Now, I did say that Arsenal will beat Norwich City by 3-1 because of the chance, because they will have more chances, more possession, and a better performances. And I said they will win and get the goals that they've not scored during the first three games on the Mikel Arteta. So I went for 3-1 Norwich City, but and the actual result was 0-0 to Norwich City. I think nobody would predict a 1-0 Norwich City since they're not like Liverpool or Chelsea or perhaps Manchester City. You know, if they would have faced those teams and got and beat them 1-0, they'll be very happy. But to see Arsenal beat Norwich City 1-0, it's a clean sheet and it's a win and it's 3 points, but they would have expected a much better result. Let's say like 4-0 or maybe 5-0 because Norwich City are still losing, 4 games and there's still no win. So yeah, I would have personally thought they might be 3-1 to Norwich City, but yeah, Norwich City had their chances, but the goalkeeper and the defense did really well to keep a clean sheet. So yeah, so far I got one. So I got 4 points because I got the 3 points for the Wolves win and 1 point for predicting Arsenal win. So yeah, so Arsenal, well done. Their first goal of the season could have been more, but at least they get 3 points. But unfortunately, they're in 16th place. As I'm recording this right now, they're in 16th place. So yeah, they've got to do much, much better in order for them not to be relegated this season, which would be a shock in the Premier League, an absolute shock. The next game, of course, which everyone was watching that game, well, the Manchester United fans. I'm not sure about everyone else, but the next game, of course, was Man United against Newcastle United. The return of Ronaldo or CR7. Now, for this game, I went for Man United to win a 4-0 against Newcastle, but I couldn't believe it. I was this close, so close to getting 3 points. Had it not been Newcastle scoring a goal, if they, if the defense just make sure that that Saint Maximin didn't score that goal, I would have got another 3 points because I would have thought that Manchester United would have kept a clean sheet, against Newcastle, but they didn't manage to do that. So yeah, unlucky that I dropped 2 points. But I did say that Man United will put 4 goals because the likes of Ronaldo, Fernandes, Pogba, 7 assists in 4 games is unbelievable. And Jesse Lingard scoring for the first time since he came back to United. So I knew that Man United would put 4 goals past Newcastle, but I would have thought that Manchester United would keep a clean sheet. But Ronaldo is really doing well. Like I said in a live stream, even though Ronaldo scored for Manchester United, they've lost against Young Boys on Tuesday nights, which was a shock, an absolute shock. I did not expect that to happen. So the Man United chance of winning the Champions League is getting lower and lower and lower of the first game. But it's too early. It's too early. I think they will still win it because of Ronaldo, Fernandes, Pogba. If their poor form continues like this, then I don't see Man United winning the Champions League this season. So yeah, but it's too early. It's only match day one. There's still 5 minutes to go. So let's hope they can improve when they face Atalanta and Villarreal in a couple of days. So yeah, it's still too early. But yeah, back to the Premier League. Ronaldo is back. He's back for United, scoring goals. If he can continue like this, then perhaps him and Lukaku can bat it out to see which one player can win the Golden Boot. That's why I'm excited and scared when Chelsea face Man United in a few days' time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know the United fans are looking forward to it, and probably the rival fans. Hopefully, this game will not be 0-0. Hopefully, there'll be goals, and hopefully, since I'm a Chelsea fan, that Chelsea will win this game. Whether it's 1-0, 2-1, I don't care. If we could be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the Premier League, I'll be very, very happy because it's been a long time since he came in that we haven't beat them in the Premier League, which is so sad. Hopefully this season will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So yeah. But for this game, yeah, I went for 4-0 Man United, and I got 1 point because they did concede that goal. So that means I got 5 points. 5 points for this game. So for this match day 4. The next game, of course, was Southampton against West Ham. Now, I did say that I did go for West Ham win because the likes of Mikel Antonio, George Bowen, Said Benwamo, all these great players. But unfortunately, it ended in 0-0. And I think Southampton did really well to defend because they don't to they don't want to come here at least a point because they know that West Ham are a decent team. They are a decent team. And I think West Ham are still unbeaten. I don't think they've lost any games. Yeah, they've won against Leicester, against Newcastle. They drew against who? Chris. Yeah, West Ham are still unbeaten. But I think they've got 2 draws and 2 wins. So that means six. Yeah, they've got 8 points, West Ham United. So Southampton want to make sure that they don't get beaten twice against West Ham like they did last season at home. So yeah, so Southampton did really well to defend and to at least get a point. So be up to them. Whereas for West Ham, they had chance after chance after chance, but they couldn't manage to beat Southampton. So yeah, I watched the highlights, so they'll be disappointed. But hopefully, the next game they will at least get a win just to make sure they're back into the European places. So that means I got 0 points since it ended in a draw. The next game, of course, was the big game, Leicester City against Manchester City. Now, I did say in this game it was tough to see who is going to win because Leicester, when they faced Manchester City, they beat them 1-0 at the FA Community Shield last month. Whereas for Manchester City, they've they've they managed to beat Arsenal, Norwich City, and yeah, without a striker. So it's so hard to predict. But my prediction was 2-1 to Man City because it's going to be a tight game for them. But it's actually 1-0 to Man City. And I knew it because the likes of Jack Grealish, Gabriel Jesus, they have so many attacking and defensive skills. Even on the bench, their team is so strong that I knew that they'll definitely beat Manchester City. And that's what happened. Leicester City, of course, Jamie Vardy thought he scored the first goal, but he was offside. So in the first half, it was a bit of a boring game. But the second half, Leicester City scored. Jamie Vardy was offside. Then Iken Gundogan scored. So he's the only midfielder that has scored more goals than any other Man City, especially last season. So yeah, so Ilkay Gundogan scores for Manchester City again after his last goal was against probably Liverpool or some team. But yeah, it was a tight game for Man City, but they had to do it because they cannot afford to lose this game. Otherwise, you know, they will be not be winning if they lose into Leicester City. But so yeah. So I get 1 point. So that means I got 3 points for the Wolves win, 1 point for the Arsenal win, 1 point for the Man United win, and 1 point for the Man City win. So that means I got 6 points so far. Let's hope I can get above the 8 points. So I need to get 2 or 3 points in order to improve. So yeah. But the next game, of course, I know I beat it because Chelsea went to Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge and beat them 3-0. And that was my prediction because I said that we have to beat Aston Villa. Even though they're a decent team, we just had to beat them. We really had to beat them. So, yeah, I got my prediction absolutely spot on. I did say that Lukaku goals in this game because I want him to succeed against Chelsea. And the only target I want to see for Lukaku is at least scoring more than 20 goals in the Premier League. In all competitions, maybe about 35 or maybe 40 goals. And he's getting there. If you look at his stats, 4 goals in 4 games is unbelievable. That's why he is a world class for Chelsea. The more he keeps on doing this year, the more I see Chelsea being title contenders, winning the Premier League this season. And the only way to do that is not only beat teams that are below us, but beat teams like Liverpool, who we couldn't manage to do when we're down to 10 men, but at least get a point. Man City, Tottenham, Manchester United. If he can score against big teams, then I believe that Chelsea will definitely win the Premier League this season. So yeah, the only way to do that is to give Lukaku some goals. But the only problem is that the game against Zenit, which I mentioned before, is that Lukaku so far hasn't been getting enough service. We haven't been passing the ball to him, which is so frustrating. If I expected Lukaku to score more than 20 goals, we need to give him service, because if he does this like because if he does it like Timo Werner or perhaps Kai Havertz, then we will be in big trouble, big trouble. So I want Lukaku, not only Lukaku can get inside the box, but just pass it to him. Make sure you pass the ball to him. Make sure he times this one perfectly so that he can score a goal. So that's the only problem I see. It's only the midfielders that I can see not giving him the service. So hopefully the game against Tottenham, we can give him more service and let him score another goal or perhaps two. So yeah, but this game against Aston Villa, absolutely brilliant. The first goal was brilliant. The second goal was better. What a brilliant goal that was for his second goal against for Chelsea against Aston Villa. So yeah, I know that he's proven to be world class. So the more he keeps on doing this, the more I see Chelsea being title contenders. So yeah, absolutely fantastic from Lukaku. The next game is a Super Sunday, of course. The rivalry between both Leeds United and Liverpool. Now, I did say this game I'm going to go for 2-0 because I know this will be because I know the likes of Salah, Diego Jota, and Sadio Mane, but Sadio Mane was a bit poor in this game because he had more shots than any other Leeds player in that game. 10 shots, 10 shots, and he couldn't manage to score. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'll be really, really, really disappointed in that. Really disappointed. But he did manage to score the third goal for Liverpool, which, as you can see on the screen, I predicted a 2-0. But if it weren't for Sadio Mane scoring that goal, my prediction could be right. But at least I went for Liverpool win because I knew that they will definitely win. And when I saw Allison and starting in goal, I think he may not be. I think he didn't feature in that Brazil versus Argentina. That's what I think. So yeah, the Liverpool fans were scared because without Alisson, they'll be in deep trouble. But at least he started, so that's why they got a clean sheet. So yeah, Alisson didn't have much to do. All he had to do was just catch the ball, make sure the ball didn't go in the back of the net. So yeah, so I knew that Liverpool will keep a clean sheet. I've got so that means 6 plus 3 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10. My God, that means this match day 4, I got 10 points so far. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy. But yeah, Salah, well done. He's part of the Premier League 100 club. I know he came to Chelsea, but for Liverpool, he's been scoring more goals for Liverpool than he did for Chelsea. So yeah, so well done to Mo Salah, 100 goals in the Premier League. So well done to you. And that and that in but be, and before I move on into the last game, of course, I saw that horrific injury from Elliot, a young boy and injured his ankle, you know. I'm so glad that Sky Sports didn't release the situation, the same thing that happened with Christian Eriksen. So big up to Sky Sports for not showing that horrific injury. Now, when I look at that incident, my first thought is that I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I don't know because when Allison kicked the ball straight into Elliot, I saw that Shikanju was tackling him. Now, I when I looked at it, I'm really not sure if it was a red card or not. Some people say that it was a red card, but others think that it wasn't. Listen, I don't know what happened. I really don't know. So I didn't want to want to ask people what happened. I don't want to see that video again. So I don't know if that if he was the right decision from the referee. I really don't know. But Elliot is recovering, but I don't think he's gonna feature when Liverpool face I forgot. I don't know, but the next game, I don't think he's be able to feature. So it's going to be a tough time for Klopp to see who's going to replace Elliot. But yeah, Liverpool did win despite of Elliot's injury. So yeah, so Sergio Mane, he recovered himself after two chances that he could have put himself in the back of the net. And to be honest with you, this game could have ended like 4-0 or 5-0 to Liverpool had it not been Sadio Mane not missing them chances. But yeah, they will recover Liverpool and hopefully, yeah, I remember they face Crystal Palace next. Yeah. So it's going to be tough decision for that for Jurgen Klopp, but hopefully, his team turn chances into goals. So that's the only main thing. But yeah, Liverpool beat Leeds United by 3-0, the last and the final game, which I'm so thankful that I watched this game because that is the best game of the season so far in the Premier League. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Everton against Burnley. Now, I did say that Everton will beat Burnley by 2 goals to nil, but I got 1 point because Everton beat Burnley by 3 goals to 1. I'm telling you, when I watched that game, especially the first half, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. The first half, of course, Chris Wood had a chance to put Burnley in front, but the first half was a bit boring. I was thinking to myself, should I turn off this game because it was so boring? But thank God, my mom was telling me not to turn it off or not to watch the game because the second half was mad. The Burnley scored the first goal after 10 minutes, but then after that 5 minutes, um Andres Townsend got the assist, then he scored an absolute stunner. And to be honest with you, they were just run all over Burnley's defense and the midfield. Because Moise Kean was so unlucky not to get his second goal after being offside, and then Andres Townsend again was did another wanted to score another stunning goal, but Nick Pope saved it, and then after that I think it was Ducouré that was unlucky that he was on an offside position. So to be honest with you, this game could have ended 5-1 or 6-1 to Everton because they would just run all over Burnley's defense. That was the game of the season, and what an atmosphere that was from the Everton fans because they would enjoy this game for much. They would personally enjoy this game. So yeah. So I thank God I did not even turn off or even switch something else because that was a perfect game to watch. Perfect game. So I knew that Everton would beat Burnley by 2-0, but it was actually 3-1, so get 1 point. So since I got 10 points, my final score for this match day 4 prediction is 11 points. And I'm so happy that I improved. That means I got, if it wasn't for um that maybe for that Manchester United conceded a goal, I would have got maybe perhaps 13 points. But yeah, 11 points is better because 11 is more than 8. 11 is more than 8. So I'm so happy that I've improved. So hopefully the next match day, of course, match day 5, I'll at least get more than um 11 points because I want to beat the previous point, which is 11. So hopefully the next match day 5, I'll get more than 11 points. So yeah, really happy, really happy. So that's it, guys. That is the end of my Premier League predictions review match day 4. So if you think that got now, guys, let me know in the comments down below if I got the points mixed up, if I got it wrong. Before you forget, I would like to tell you that for this game, that this match day, sorry, match day 4, I got 11 points out of 30. If you think I'm right, let me know. If you think I'm wrong, then I'll rewatch the video and see, and then I'll let you guys know in the comments down below if I made a mistake. But for now, I don't think I made any mistake, and I know I got 11 points out of 30. So yeah, really, really happy. So if you enjoyed this video, give it this video a thumbs up if you like this video. If you are new, hit the subscribe button, share this to everybody that you know so that they can enjoy this video themselves. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of the videos that I've uploaded. So yeah, it's been a this video has been long, like it's been like 30 minutes now, but I just wanted to go through all the games, of course. And yeah, really, really happy. There's been a shock to the Champions League, which, of course, Manchester United lose. But in other teams, it's been entertaining. Like Liverpool beating Milan 3-2 and Man City beating Leipzig 6-3, being entertaining games. So yeah, really looking forward. So tune in tomorrow where I'll go for my Premier League predictions, match day 5. There's going to be big games, big talking points, and hopefully I'll get 3 points in every single game. In every single game. So yeah, looking forward to match day 5. So make sure you tune in to tomorrow's video. If you enjoyed this series, you can look at it in my playlist so that you can go through each match day as they're going on. So yeah. If you enjoyed this brand new series, make sure you go over to my playlist on my YouTube channel. But yes, guys, this video is coming to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves and make sure you tune into tomorrow's video as I go through my Premier League predictions, match day 5. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye and God bless.